This is my podcast for Neil, who I'm going to ask him some questions today. Welcome, Neil.
Thank you.
I've only got 8 quick questions for you today.
Okay.
I have. And my first one is, Neil, what is your job?
So my job at the college is Personal Support Tutor. That's the title of the role, and it's mainly working within the team of what's known as pastoral support. So we deal with some of the educational side of things, but more to do with sort of student support as such while their time at college.
Neil, how was it back in September 2017 when you first had so many students to start with?
The first 6 weeks back in September is always very, very busy. Big influx of students. Obviously, most people are new to the college, so it's helping them find their way around, helping them to access all the support that's available, whether it's learning support, student welfare, checking their courses right for them as well. Because quite often in that first 6 weeks, someone will start a course and then think, this isn't right for me, and want to switch, we have to make sure they get transferred onto the course that's right. So it's definitely hectic.
And since then?
Since then, hopefully it does calm down a bit more. You find as the year progresses, people become more settled, whether it's with their course, whether they make friends with people on the course, things like that, and are well aware then of the support services and particularly my role within the college to help them support.
Neil, what is the best and the worst thing about being a personal supporter tutor?
Okay, so the worst thing is probably having to type up everything.
Really?
So I don't like typing. Type up every meeting I have, every phone call I make, and all those things. I understand why it has to be done, but it's just one of those jobs that's just quite. The best thing about my job is talking to students and meeting with students and seeing them progress, grow, things that they didn't think they could do, helping them overcome those hurdles and hopefully moving them on to where they want to be.
Neil, we're about the halfway mark now. Neil, how many students have you taught to this year?
How many students have I talked to? So I have a cohort of about 249 when we started. So I have to speak to every single one of them at least once a term for a meeting, and quite often I'll have meetings with them in between. So hundreds and hundreds of meetings, I imagine.
So has it gone down since?
It's dropped down to 241.
Only 8 gone.
I believe only 8 gone, and that's not including all the ones that have transferred to different places and stuff as well. So yeah, it's quite a large number. Certainly I've probably spoken to at least sort of 260, 270.
Has it since gone now that we're almost finished?
It's definitely now relaxing a bit more now, but then I get ready for the new intake, so we do enrolment next week for the department, so it'll be the wave of all the new students prospectively coming in September, so it kind of, as soon as it quietens a little bit, it starts back up again.
I see. Neil, how long have you been in education of...
Well, I've been working here at the college for getting on for 2 years, and I've been working within sort of educational support for the last 5 years.
What were you before here?
So I used to do outreach, where I go out to primary school children and try and, I suppose, help give them strategies so they were at risk of being excluded from mainstream education because of behavioural problems. So it was trying to keep them in mainstream education and give them strategies to cope with the issues or the challenges they were facing. And before that, I used to teach at a school for children with autism and Asperger's.
What made you change from all of that to here?
Normally with most of them, I've been very lucky. I've enjoyed all of my roles that I've had. The main reason I left the school where I was teaching the autistic children was predominantly actually just the travel. It was in Essex. I live in Bury, so it took me an hour and 20 minutes to get there, hour and 20 minutes to get back.
18 minutes there, 160 minutes, whoa.
Yeah, so it was quite a long journey, and after doing that for a couple of years I just got tired. But I love the job, I do miss it.
Okay. Neil, why did you choose West Suffolk College?
I chose West Suffolk College for a number of reasons. One, it was closer to my home, but also I'd heard lots of good reports about the college, how it had changed and how it was sort of within that top 5% of all colleges in the UK. It was really going places, I suppose, and it seemed like quite an exciting prospects, and then sort of the job sort of fitted what I'd done previously and what I was interested in doing as well, which is really the support side of things with students. So, yeah.
We're almost finished now, Neil. Neil, how is your career going this year, and where do you want to go from here?
Wow, that's a very good question. Hopefully it's gone well. I think I've had a good year. I'm very proud of the students that I've worked with and how they've progressed. And for me personally, where would I like to go? My dream, I suppose, in the long term would be for me to open my own school for people with autism and Asperger's.
Will that ever happen?
I'd like to think it would. I've looked into the hows and how to do it, and yeah, it's kind of my long-term goal. I would like to get back into that side of work.
And my last question is, what is your overall moment from this year, from September 2017 to now?
My overall favourite moment? Wow, God, there's so many to choose from. It's very hard. Well, I got to be in a music video. That was one of my highlights of the year. God, that's a really difficult question to answer. There are so many moments, but I think in many ways, one of my best moments has been just in the last couple of weeks when I've seen everybody signing off on their courses and telling me where they're going and what they're doing, and sort of people seem sort of happy. Now they've handed their work and the stress is gone, so that's always one of my best moments.
And also, in part of the question, what are you going to miss throughout the year that's gone?
I always miss the people that are not coming back next year because they're either moving on to another place, another educational setting, work or uni. So I always miss, because I spend all year building relationships with people and getting to know someone, and then they're gone. But I get over that quite quickly, so I have the new raft to get into and the new lot of people coming in anyway.
Thanks, Neil. That's the end of our podcast. Thanks for letting me interview Neil for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.